I just had to talk to my building manager. I ran into him yesterday, and there's some guy, I guess, on one of the floors had he bought a hot tub, I guess, and it was being assembled and carried out, and it was just fucking up everybody's day. A bunch of fucking meth heads that were putting it in, come and dude, one of the fucking elevators. Oh, they seemed like meth heads. You know, they're all excited about closing down the elevators. People were coming into, no, we got this elevator on lockdown. I'm like, all right, you have to take this elevator. Some old Chinese woman came in and tried to get on it, and they got kind of fucking aggressive with her. No, you go over there. And then she didn't listen to the little Mexican dude. The hype man, people always, you know, the hype man isn't the problem. He's always one you don't have to worry about. It's a big guy that's lurking in the background. And indeed, that happened here. Because then this big, like, fucking coconut end comes out of just sitting in a fucking elevator, not using it. They just got it on lockdown for this fucking project they're doing, this hot tub project. And he's like, you know, coming pretty hard at the old lady. Like, no, you use that one. I'm like, who the fuck are these assholes? You know, they just... So I was talking to my building manager about it. I'm like, there's one fucking rich fucking... I wanted to say Jew, but I didn't. I'm like, because one rich guy wanted to fucking get a hot tub. He fucked up everybody's life yesterday. And he's like, yeah, it's exactly what happened. It's funny, sometimes, like, I'll put together a scenario in my head. Like, I'll look at what's going on in the landscape and go, all right, this is that fucking asshole's doing this. Oh, this is what's happening. And then sometimes I'll think, like, nah, man, you're just being paranoid. That's not what's going on at all. So it's nice when I can corroborate my findings with someone and have them say, oh yeah, that's exactly what was happening. So after we talked about that, he was like, do you hear what went on last night on your floor? I'm like, no. I guess, well, not I guess, this is what happened. There's a black couple of females that live on my floor at the very end, and they're always causing problems. Cops are always coming, all kinds of crazy shit. What's up, man? Good to see you, brother. Have a good day. Well, of course, they came here with the whole COVID crew. So they're not, you know, paying to live there, or paying to eat, or paying for anything. Government is. So anyway, now prior to this, it would have been like a $2,000 a month to rent that place they're in. Nope, it would be at least $2,500. It's a big place. So because of course they were shipped in here by the U.S. government, they don't pay any money to live here. So now they're in the place for free. And they're bringing the cops there all the time because that's what those people do. And thankfully it's only them on our floor. There's other of these people dispersed throughout our building who all came in at once because of COVID. They're all shipped in. The government's paying for all their shit. And they're causing fucking suffering by just existing, because that's what they do. But last night, that has led to all those flyers in my elevator. We were talking about that too. I'm like, remember before COVID when we didn't have to have a crazy quilt of fucking flyers in the elevator that instructing people on how to be fucking human beings? We have this problem where people keep throwing stuff off the lanais. And one day someone threw a 20-pound box. It went over 10 stories. It could have killed someone. If they were under it, it would have definitely broke someone's neck, killed somebody. This is stuff, they keep doing this. They keep throwing things off the lanais. Like children, right? When you tell them not to do something, what do you think fucking happens? So that's still an ongoing problem. And that tells me the people that are doing it have never lived in a building with a lanai. Because you don't have fucking lanais in Chicago and Philadelphia. So they come here and they're like, you know, most people, most normal humans like me or you, they get to a lanai, which is really just a port. A lanai is like that thing. See those things with the rails? Those are lanais. Most people, if they're lucky enough to have one, I don't, but these people that are living for free do in my building, by the way. But most people go, oh, what a nice view. This is nice. I can have coffee in the morning. Nope. They think, oh shit, I could kill somebody if I throw something out there, and that's what they do. We are not the same. Yeah, I was talking earlier about the Muslim thing. I know we have some here, but not enough so that they become a problem yet. But I have had some women with the burqas and stuff freak out about me filming in their vicinity. They get upset. I don't know why Muslims in particular get mad about people taking pictures and stuff, but the thing is, I think it's something in their religion that says if you film them, you capture their soul, and then they have to petition Satan to get it back or something, you know. But yeah, it's a fucking tourist area. I know they're not smart. Like, we're not talking about sophisticated people, but when they scoop them up and drop them off here in Hawaii, they should tell them, hey, this place you're going to be living, it's a tourist area. In fact, if not for tourism, they wouldn't have anything, because they don't create anything, because fucking the beach took everything from these people that they had at one time to be able to be a self-sustaining community. So because of that, the only thing they have now is tourism. I think they still do the Kona coffee. It's like it's an island only brand. That shit's good. I like that Kona. But other than that, like, they have the Dole factory here, and it's just a tourist spot. I think it's largely a symbolic thing. I don't know how much they produce here in the islands as far as that goes. The area I live in generates all of the income for the entire island chain to live off of. That's how much tourism, that's how important tourism is. So a lot of these new people that don't like cameras and stuff, it's like, dude, you're in a fucking tourist area. You're gonna have to figure out how to deal with it, or else you're gonna be fighting a lot of people. There's gonna be a lot of fights in your life, you know. But you know, people like that, they're probably used to fighting all the time, so whatever, they don't care. They want interaction regardless of, if it's negative or not. They don't care. They just want the interaction, you know? Well, I gotta throw this guy. One of the only superstitious things I still do. Alright, so yeah, so getting back to the fucking apartment, we have all these multicolored fucking flyers explaining how to be a person and not being a fucking animal. But you know, one of them is like, I showed them before, we've talked about them before. They change occasionally. The ones that always stay are the ones saying you can't just park anywhere. Like, they can't figure this part out, that these fucking parking spaces are for people that have homes here that pay for them. They can't get it in their head, like, well, there's parking spaces here. My peoples are just gonna park here. It's like, no, you can't. It's not, your peoples aren't paying for it. It's somebody else's peoples. You know, but they can't figure it out, so they just park wherever the fuck they want. It's like, no, it's not how it works. Maybe that's how it works in Uganda, in Chiki land, but here in America, well, actually, no, I shouldn't say here in America. That's how it works in probably most major cities. But anyway, I'm trying not to get too contentious, but it's hard. I just don't like certain people. I just don't like them. No, sorry, don't. And it's not because of a skin color. All that horse shit, all those years, like, told all that shit as a kid. Like, you know, it's just a different skin color. Don't be racist. I believed all that stuff. I believed it. It's not true. It's not true. People don't dislike people because of their skin color, unless you're me. People don't dislike people because of their skin color. It's their actions and the content of the character. I often say, like, if black people walked around handing out candy and $5 bills, everybody would love them. But they don't. They steal your candy and $5 bills, and that's why fucking people hate them. I use the word hate erroneously there. There's no such thing as hate. You don't hate anybody. In order to hate someone, you have to have a personal relationship with them. You have to know them. You can't hate people you don't know. That's bullshit. They use that to fuck with you. They say, oh, you hate people. You know, no, you don't. Do you say you love people, right? Or do you love this person? Do you really love fucking, whatever? Model, Sydney Sweeney, Taylor Swift, whatever chick you look at, you think it's hot. Do you really love them? No, you don't. You don't know them. You can't love them. Same thing with hate. You can strongly dislike someone to the point that's farthest it'll go before hate. That's where I'm at. It doesn't feel good. It kind of eats at you on the inside, but that's okay. Because the eating makes you angrier, and the anger turns into an energy. And when my brothers wake up, you're all fucked. No, seriously, though, you are. But so we're talking about the place, and he's like, yeah, last night we had a call chair and this is my building manager, and I'm like, I was up all night. I didn't hear anything. I probably had my headphones on though. It was 2 a.m. There are these 2 black ladies. I don't know if I mentioned it, but they're lesbians, I'm pretty sure. They have little kids there sometimes. They have a guy shows up sometimes, but they've had these crazy blowouts there. One day, afternoon, I just hear this screaming like, she's trying to kill me! She's trying to kill me! Screaming bloody murder like some kind of animal. So I go out there I open my door and I look down the hallway and my God, it's the 2 black people. And so there's people in the building across from mine are watching it from their lanais, and they're like, it's right over there, it's that door. They're pointing to me. It's like, so? These people in this fucking building here, a bunch of fucking blue liberal ladies, you know, and they're like, it's in that door right there. I'm like, so what the fuck you want me to do? I'm not going over there walking into that, but that's like, you know who's going to end up in jail? Me, somehow. I don't know, but I'm not going to go diffuse that situation. I'm not getting in the middle of that. If I am, I want like a crew with me with tranquilizer darts. Fuck that. You get your fucking blue state ass out here, and you love these people so much, you fucking go in there and break it up, you know? But, yeah, I wasn't having any of it. So I guess what was going on last night, and one of them was like running up and down the hallway, or my hallway, banging on doors. Now, as I've talked about before, my door is always ajar because I always like to let air in, because I don't have a flow through. I don't have like an opening on the other side. So I have a very complex white man system using white man engineering of how to create my own Gulf Stream in the room. It's not all that complex, but I think it would be impressive to your average dullard. And so anyway, I have to maintain this. I have to keep the door cracked. The door is what lets in the cold air. The cold air closer to the ground. The exit for the air is the highest windows I have, and I keep only one up. You don't need to hear about the fucking process. The point is, there are people running up and down the highway banging on the fucking doors. And if they saw mine, right, they would just walk right in. Because as I told you before, as I talked about here before, I don't think you've heard it, but people in Hawaii, they see open door, even ajar, and they think in their head, oh, that's for me. Not even like a race thing. It's just like all people have this weird aversion to personal space or personal anything. I can't tell you how many times I've had people walk in that door that don't belong there. We don't have time for it. But I told Nia, I was like, look, we've had a great run. I thank you for helping me out all these years and, you know, keeping me alive. But if one of those people came barging through the door, I would go to jail. I'd be in jail forever. I'd probably get the death penalty for daring to defend myself in a clearly defensive situation. Because if I saw someone come tearing in there at 2 in the morning, with that kind of look to them, I'm not going to even stop and check if it's a woman. I'm just going to try to take that body apart as quickly as I can, break it down into pieces like you would a box in a fucking warehouse, and then think about the shit later. I'd be on the jail for the rest of my life. So I'm glad it didn't happen. Also, like at night, even though the doors are ajar, we have things in place so that you can't just come running in. But if you're running with enough force, you might be able to do it. And that person stumbling in, if that was to happen, I wouldn't be talking to you right now. I wouldn't be talking to you right now. Now, prior to COVID, this wouldn't even be an issue because I wouldn't be here. So ultimately, even though I don't like them, it's my own government that's to blame for putting me in hypothetical jail in Hawaii, which is worse because everybody's gay. You know, so I'm gonna get an ass pounding every day. I can't fight some of these guys, these big Hawaiian guys are fucking huge. The Samoans are some of the strongest people on earth. They're like tanks. And a lot of them are light in the loafers. I'm not saying anything, but there's a big cultural thing in their culture that, you know, a hole's a hole, basically, for a lot of these people. So, yeah, that'd be a nightmare. I'd probably figure out a way to exit the Matrix before that came about. But yeah, it's a secondary dangers by having certain people around you that you could end up fucking ruining your life. You have this guy coming to take you away here. But until that happens, I'm gonna go to my house. I'm actually gonna have a good day, got a good rest of the day, because I think I got all my racism out. I'm just kidding. No, I didn't. Of course not. Till next time, don't blame the teacher, blame the school.